Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. We're here on Friday. Yes, welcome to the Friday news dump. We've got all the news you need to know about before the weekend so you don't have to doom scroll and worry about it, okay? If you want to doom scroll cat videos, not the news, because we've got you covered. This is the first and only international game show Before Coffee, a father and daughter news podcast where we look up our stories right before the show starts. We just got caffeine in our body and we're learning to read and speak live on stream. Let's get into those news dump headlines and spin that segue wheel. Today on the Friday's news dump. Here's what the strongest ever El Nino means for UK weather in 27. Plus, earthquake with a force of 2.8 near Zandvoort in Groningen, the Netherlands.
And greetings for Friday's news dump. Who is Natalie Harp, and why doesn't she have a security clearance? And plus, we have another earthquake in South America. This time it's Peru.
In our Ukraine war news, Russia is ready for new ideas on peace, but with conditions, senior diplomat has said. Additionally, British Army sailors rescue a bedraggled barn owl 70 nautical miles out to sea. How the hell did it get out there?
And Hungary, after years of feeding oligarchs, turns to water retention as drought empties lakes and rivers. Only story of my second.
In my culture news, Raiders of the Cookie Jar. Harrison Ford and the Cookie Monster break the internet.
Ooh. And it's National Senior Citizens Day. I don't know if I qualify yet.
Yes, you do.
Why not? I'll take a day. I'll take a day out of charity. Out of the charity, whatever. It is nearly the end of August 21st, 2026. I'm Before Coffee.
Spumoni?
National fantasy.
I've never heard of Spumoni.
Looks like ice cream. It's
sounds like
frozen.
something you say to a child when they can't pronounce a word properly, you know? Like how I used to say mosquito or whatever.
Oh yeah, you couldn't say mosquito, so you said spaghetto. That's what you said.
Spaghetto.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
National Spaghetto Day.
Exactly, that's what it sounds like.
It's like dyslexia of the mouth, right, or something like that.
I think it is. Kids can hear the word, but they don't know how you're making the word with your mouth. Yeah, they just don't have mouth knowledge.
Yeah, like yellow. A lot of kids say lalo, or you teach them how to say yellow.
Yeah, Y is a weird thing to come out of your mouth. Yeah. Also, hello, Omlin. Thank you for your red flag acorn. What is your red flag today? Our first segue is bad
I think kids
pun.
come out of the womb.
They come out of the womb without a tongue?
No. Some kids come out of the womb saying literally now, because that used to be a hard word to say, but now everybody says
literally.
It for everything. It's lost all of its meaning. Yeah, completely lost its meaning.
It's literally lost all its meaning.
We got us a pun. What do we get here?
First pun. Your bad pun.
A bad pun. All right.
This first story is coming from The Independent by Albert Toth. Next year is forecast to be the UK's hottest year on record due to an unprecedented El Nino event, the Met Office has warned.
Holy
it comes
smokes.
as summer 26 is set to be the UK's hottest since the records began, with even average conditions in August, meaning the record set last year will be surpassed. Time to start building a ton of water reservoirs. Right now. Start building them now. El Nino is declared when sea temperatures in the eastern Pacific rise 0.5 Celsius above the long-term average. The weather pattern impacts rainfall and average temperatures across the globe. The 26 El Nino is forecast to raise sea temperatures more than 3 Celsius than its average over the coming month. The Met Office said that would make the weather event the largest since the 19th century. We should be clear that this is an unprecedented event. Professor Adam Schaaf, head of the long-range forecasting at the Met Office, said. A typical El Nino leads to sea temperatures rise of 1 to 2 Celsius, with 2 Celsius being a really big event, Mr. Schaaf said. So 3 Celsius is extreme event. The expected rise of 3 Celsius means this El Nino will far exceed our recent experiences of weather patterns, he said. Hence, 2027 is likely to replace 2024 as the warmest year on record and be another year to temporarily exceeds plus 1.5 Celsius above the pre-industrial period. Speaking to BBC Radio 4's Today program, Mr. Schaaf said, "I have not seen an event like this developing in our forecast before. And assuming the forecasts are correct, and many other centers are giving the same signals, then we're expecting the biggest El Nino for over a century, peaking at something over 3 Celsius. This is unheard of in its modern climate records." The UK is also forecast to experience more storms and rain over the coming autumn and winter due to El Nino weather pattern. Like I said, start storing your own water. If you're not already storing your water after people have been screaming about climate change, you better start doing it now. Especially after this summer. I don't care if it's illegal. Just do it anyways. They can't search everyone's backyard. I'm talking about people in the UK.
I am actually.
You're not living in the UK.
I'm joking, man. It's a joke.
I'm trying to give people some actual advice here.
Store your rainwater. Yeah, save your rainwater, folks. Don't worry about the city giving you water. By the way, it's treated water. You don't know what they're treating it with. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you can treat your own water if you need to. Mr. Schaaf explained that the impacts of weather phenomenon are strongest in the tropics, in regions like South America and the West Pacific. And there are wave-like disturbances that come out from the tropics and affect places like the UK, he said. So we already see signals for increased rainfall and storminess in the autumn here in the UK around November time. The unprecedented string of heat waves and lack of rainfall in recent months has led to the UK's driest July in 190 years. It has pushed nearly 3/4, 71.3% of England and all of Wales into a drought. Many areas of the country are facing water shortages as reservoir levels have fallen 62.6%, 16.3% lower than expected for the time of the year, according to DEFRA. I'm expecting next year you're going to actually have to have water, what is it called? They're going to cut your water off at certain times.
Restrictions?
So,
Restrictions.
If you live in this neighborhood, you only have water from 3 to 6. And then, if you live in that neighborhood, rationing, that's the word. Yes, they're going to start rationing water, giving you timetables when you get water.
You're going to be California, buddy.
Yep.
You're better. California.
To be fair,
you can't plant a lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Or El Paso, for instance, you can't plant a lawn. If you build a house in El Paso, you can't plant a lawn. It has to be desert landscaping. Don't even try it. They will fine you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Of course, I don't know if British people are into having lawns. They're more of a garden country, but I guess all their gardens are dead and dry.
Again, you're watering the shit out of your garden. You're watering the shit out of that garden even more than you water your lawn. Especially
if you have a garden, you need to just actually have your own water reservoir, so you can just pull water out of that, right? A little, I don't know, 1 ton bucket of water.
Gardeners tend to favor rainwater over city water anyway, because it has a lot of chemicals. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. So they're being water shortages.
Chlorine's not good for anything in your garden. Anyway, go ahead, Sarah.
Reservoir levels have fallen 62.6%, which is 16.3% lower than expected for this time of the year, according to DEFRA. Now my browser crashed. All right, there we go. Following an emergency meeting to discuss the heat waves last week, Prime Minister Andy Burnham warned, "We might be in for a wet autumn and a winter straight after this because of El Nino and some of the issues here, which was reported to Cobra." I think they're saying it might not even snow, is what they're trying to say. Like, it might snow in Northern Highlands in Scotland, but it probably won't snow in Southern England at all because it's going to be that warm. Parts of the country were hit by heavier showers Wednesday and Thursday, which would have been the 19th and 20th of August, with the northwest of England seeing the wettest conditions in the last 24 hours, with 52.5 millimeters of rain falling over the seaside town of Morecambe in Lancashire, according to the Environment Agency. This represents a third of the region's rainfall totals recorded over the period between the 1st of June and the 18th of August this year, which reached up to 156 millimeters on average, the Met Office said. Significant showers also broke over southern parts of the country, with Pevensey Bay in East Sussex recording 32 millimeters of rain over the last 24 hours, again according to EA Gauge. This sudden heavy rainfall this week also sparked fears of flash flooding. I was just talking about that in the pre-show. They have had such a dry summer that even the trees are dead, you know? There's nothing to keep the ground together, so the whole area is just being swept away in the mud and dust, as the water has been hitting parched, dry, and hard ground. But forecasters and officials warned it could take months of sustained rainfall before rivers, reservoirs, and groundwaters are completely replenished, which is when a drought is officially over. The National Drought Group, which brings together the Met Office, regulators, government, water companies, farmers, scientists, and conservation organizations several times a year, said that this week's rainfall and cooler temperatures will not make any significant impact on current water scarcity. Yeah, they need more than a week of rainfall in order to replenish their water source. Yeah, it's also warned that drought conditions could persist into the new year, as despite El Nino, current forecasts do not suggest this autumn will have an amount of rainfall required to drive recovery before December. After meeting on Thursday, the panel revealed it is moving from monthly to weekly meetings to set up its coordinated response to extreme weather, with a human-driven climate change driving increasingly volatile conditions across the UK. So there's your weather update here from the UK, who's been suffering from a drought since basically June. I don't know if you got any puns about water, droughts, or British people.
We got a short pun. Actually, it's my Walter Matthau impersonation about all these fires. Holy smokes! There's your pun. Holy smokes!
Yeah,
that's
holy
all.
smokes.
That's the extent of my Walter. That's the extent of my Walter Matthau impersonation. By the way, it's holy smokes. That's it. It's the same as my Sean Connery impersonation. Maybe we can do something with Sean Connery. Oh, Sean Connery. Somebody somewhere needs to do something soon. There you go.
Oh, I get it. I get jokes.
That's not a pun, but it's an impersonation. Yes.
All right, thank you for your bad puns.
Perpetually slurring their speech, both of them. Anyway.
My next story is coming from here, the Netherlands, where there has been a 2.8 earthquake in Groningen, which is like the northern / northeast, I guess.
Okay.
In Groningen this morning, there was an earthquake with a force of 2.8. The epicenter was located near the village of Zandeweer in the municipality of Het Hogeland, according to the measurements of KNMI, which is the National Weather Service. This is on NOS News. According to that Weather Institute, this is a induced quake, which means that this earthquake was caused by gas extraction, good old fracking. Among other things, in the village of Outhausen, Contens, Rotum, and Middlestum, residents say that they have felt the earthquake. One of them is Wim Spike in Outhausen. I was just standing there next to my bed and the floor started shaking, and 3 seconds later there was a violent bang, he said. I've been through earthquakes a lot, but this was spicy. Imagine attributing earthquakes to spicy. You probably said pittig. You probably said pittig, which is the word for spicy, but it's used. It doesn't mean spicy in English, but they probably translate it into spicy here. It was a really huge blow that lasted 5 or 6 seconds, a resident tells an NOS reporter in Middlestum. Along with his wife, he woke up this morning from the earthquake. As with previous earthquakes, the couple had again damaged their recently repaired home. You can see this, it was damaged again last night, the woman says. All that jointing is in half again. Some bricks in the facade have been ripped again. It just makes me sad and despondent. It just doesn't stop, and that's really it. Her husband also looks up to everything that awaits them. The damage must first be reported to the Institute of Mining Damage, Groningen. Then the wait for a report, and all the damage must be repaired and compensated, right? You fucking fracked the ground, so our house is damaged because of that. You owe us money. At least I got that kind of system in place. Then the question is whether all that damage is included in the report, as typical of insurance companies, right? Are you sure this was caused by an earthquake and, you didn't slam your car into it?
They'll delay payment for a year while they hold on to that money.
Yep, that's going to be another legal fight. Although the gas extraction from Groningen field has been halted for 2 years, there are still earthquakes. From the force of 1.5, they are palpable. Quakes caused by gas extraction often occur less deep underground, making them feel stronger. Last year, there were 31 induced earthquakes at the Groningen field, according to figures from KNMI. 6 of them was a force of 1.5 or stronger. The worst earthquake last year was the one in November near Der Rijp, with a force of 3.4. It was one of the worst earthquakes in the province. This morning's earthquake is the worst earthquake in the area since March of this year. Then there was an earthquake in Drenthe, Gasfield, Eleveld, with a force of 3. That quake could also be felt in the province of Groningen. Nearly 2,000 damage reports followed after that earthquake. According to the KNMI, the number of quakes is decreasing due to the stopping of the gas extraction, but they can continue for decades after the fact. Although the gas extraction from Groningen field has been stopped, not all gas extraction in Groningen have been stopped. For example, gas can be extracted from the smaller gas fields in the province until the end of 2032. Because of Russia, really. That's why they started they continued gas extraction, because Russia stopped. They decided to start a war, and they were like, oh, well, we can't buy gas from Russia anymore, so I guess we'll get our own somewhere else. Fracking. Terrible, terrible for everyone.
The earth farting. The earth farting all over us. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Or sharding, you could say, because they put water in there. That's the problem.
Yeah, they're feeding it laxative to make it shard all over.
They're for your graphic imagination right there. Yeah.
You want to hear my pun?
Go for it.
The frackers' excuses for their activity are becoming increasingly shaky.
Indeed.
There you go. Very shaky. We have more earthquake story, but we're not going to get to it now. We've got a second segment. We're going to spread our earthquake news out. We're going to spread the earthquake news out.
Spread out.
Yeah, that's right. It's always moving, and
it's just moving away.
Yeah, don't forget, South America has a lot of active volcanoes and a lot of seismic activity. I got something in my hair, man. I didn't want to go to sleep, and there's like something in my bed I'm not aware of, and it gets in my hair, like a piece of candy or something.
Eating candy in bed?
Hell yeah!
You're leaving your.
Who doesn't sit in front of the TV and eat candy? I don't know.
You're leaving your Werther's Originals in your bed.
No, I'm pretending I'm at the movies. You sit there and you eat your candy and watch the movies. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about.
Kids.
Did you spin? Did you spin
Bad
already?
pun.
Oh boy, wheel's still broken. Maybe I'll just put another spin on there for something. Just add another. Oh, Alexa thinks I'm talking to her again. I'm not talking to you, sweetheart. Go to sleep. All right. I know you don't sleep. All right, I'm aware of that. Okay. She said, okay. The Amazon lady's talking to me. I can't say her name for obvious reasons. TheGuardian.com has this story of the White House, and of course, why would we have a normal White House in this world? And of course, I take particular umbrage to these people getting jobs like this and don't have any security clearance, because that's one of the reasons I get fired. You're on security clearance. You can't make any mistakes ever. So I got fired over bullshit. And this person here just gets by. Oh, whatever. Background? Who cares about my background? I'll just work next to that. TheGuardian.com, White House fashions over top Trump aide, and all the idiots in the world think, well, they're obviously having sex, missing the actual story. Actual reporters finally gleaned onto it. Actual reporters said, hey, you know what? She's been working there a long time. Does she have a security clearance? And they found out, fuck no, she doesn't. So this is Joseph Gideon finally doing his job. Also David Smith finally doing their job. The White House faced questions on Thursday. How many months we into this administration now? It's August. It's 19 months into this administration, and we're only asking questions. Oh boy. Harp All right, say White House faced questions on Thursday over whether Sticky the Clown's closest aide, Natalie Harp, another blonde. He loves himself some blondes. Don't forget, he wanted to date his blonde daughter for years and years. And maybe did. I don't even know. Weird family. Hey, Donald Trump's closest aide, Natalie Harp, had access to U.S. government secrets without a security clearance. Harp, Stinky, worked at the White House for a year without a routine clearance. The MS Now network reported on Thursday. The reporter finally woke his ass up and did his job. She refused to file the relevant forms. Never even filed the forms. According to two, obviously works for Russia or whoever, Israel, who knows? She don't work for America. She has none of our interests. And let's not pretend she's just a little office whore. She's a foreign agent as far as I'm concerned. I'm just saying. Everybody wants her to be the office whore or Trump's work wife or whatever the fuck they call her. She's an agent. He's a spy. She should be.
She's the Black Widow.
Prosecuted for espionage.
Yeah.
It was only when the White House Counsel Office raised the issue, when Trump himself became involved, that Hart filled out the paperwork for a federal background investigation and was belatedly granted clearance, according to the report. She worked a year before she was even given clearance. Norman Eisen, the former White House ethics czar, said it's shocking that an aide was potentially exposure to the nation's most sensitive secrets. She's printing them out on a daily basis, folks.
Who knows what happens
Let's get this through our heads. Access my ass. She has legitimate hard copies of it. Oh yeah, I shredded all that. No, she didn't. Sure, after she scanned it and sent it to her boss, she shredded it. Treating accidents to confidence as a casual job perk is an outrageous way to handle our national security. Eisen, co-founder of Democracy Defenders Action, a nonpartisan group dedicated to free and fair elections, added, "This is the continuing incompetence of an administration willing to set aside our country's interests, ignore established protocol, and make the White House vulnerable to intelligent risks in order to appease that big, fat, syphilitic, Adderall-sniffing freak in the White House." He didn't say that. I said that. The American people deserve answers. Harp's influence has come under close scrutiny this week after her name was invoked by John Ossoff, our next president, a Democratic U.S. Senator for Georgia. Harp was reportedly sent the U.S. president adoring letters. Oh, she kissed his ass. Helps him write social media posts and has been dubbed the human printer because she supplies him with printouts of favorable coverage. And he puts it on his wall like he's a little kid and he just got a star and his little paper he did for kindergarten. Look at me, I'm popular.
Boomers invented the participation trophy. Just a reminder there.
Yeah, boomers ruining the country since the country was invented. I think we covered this yesterday. The fact that they got the right to vote. They were the first ones that got the 18 vote, and they put Nixon in office. And now, oh no, Nixon's terrible. Let's replace him with Carter. Oh no, let's have Reagan. And they were so happy with Reagan, they just fell over themselves to vote for Reagan. Boomers are the worst people on the planet, at least in America. The MS Now report about her prolonged lack of security clearance drew criticism for an arrangement from the White House officials across the political spectrum. In response, White House press secretary, I thought she quit. Carolyn Levitt apparently is still doing his job. Even though, she hates Trump as much as anybody else by now. Natalie Harp has a security clearance like everybody else. Oh yeah, after a year. I'm sorry. Getting a security clearance after a year, and of course they ran to David Axelrod, a guy who is totally fallen out of favor of every Democrat in the world. David Axelrod, who helped win Barack Obama the office and instantly turned into a television personality that's like, every Democrat's got to get in line with this one thing. And like, shut up, asshole. We're not in line with anything. Anyway, trying to tell Democrats how to vote is fucking hilarious. Anyway, Democrats are not organized. That's just the nature of the beast. Anyway, David Axelrod, if this story is true, the person closest to the POTUS is thinking on a daily basis has no security clearances or refused to submit a process of getting a deadly serious issue. Thanks you. I'm sure David Axelrod was in this issue instead of being on top of it. Don't worry, he was too busy counting his money. Rich Painter, a former chief ethics lawyer for George W. Bush, who apparently, maybe somebody in that administration had ethics. I have no actual, I have no verification that anybody worked for Dick Cheney had ethics, but let's pretend that they had ethics, okay? A minute. A fifth ethics lawyer for George W. Bush noted that all White House staff usually
but not the right ones.
I will say this. The George W. Bush White House did require you to have a security clearance to work in the White House. I'm pretty sure they did, because I was actually in the government in those days. And I say in the government, I was a contractor, but to me, there's absolutely no difference. I went to all the government companies. Nobody fucking said, hey, you can't be here. Well, unless it was the FBI, but that's just the FBI being assholes. But anyway, being inside the government, I'm going to tell you that George W. Bush was a secure motherfucker, okay? He wasn't like, oh, you can't be here. Get the fuck out. That's what it was, right? Okay, so that don't exist anymore. It's as long as you're in the Epstein class, you get to be in all. Those you got money, hell, you can have all the secrets you want. What a country. I'm not entirely clear what's been going on here with Natalie Harp, said the Richard Painter, the former George W. Bush security chief. I'm not entirely clear what's going on. I tell you what's going on. She's a blonde, and that's all that's required for Trump. She's a blonde, and she's gonna, look good in the world. My sense of most of what she's doing has nothing to do with classified information. I'm sorry, idiot. Your sense is that she has nothing to do with classified information. She's literally printing out classified information daily. This guy's an idiot. But Painter added, if she's accompanying the president on his trip, they're in the proximity where she can overhear conversations that include classified information. These have security clearance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm just going to clarify something for this Painter idiot. You work in the, you need to have security clearance. If you're pulling cables, I could not, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't pull cables at Camp David. I couldn't pull cables at the White House. You know why? I didn't have the proper clearance to pull fucking cables. I'm not listening to classified briefings. I'm crawling inside the wall to pull cables. Now, the guys with the pull the cables, they could barely qualify to scratch their own ass intelligently, but they had security clearances, right? Higher than me, so they can go to the White House. It has nothing to do with how smart you are. It has to do with who cleared. And that's all. It doesn't mean you're smarter. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It just means somebody stamped you and said you got a clearance. Even if it was perfunctory, like Trump's going to give everybody clearance because the president can do that. He didn't even do that. He didn't even give her a perfunctory clearance. It was like, fuck it. She's blonde. That's good enough for me. Anyway, let's get on to it. But Painter added, if she's company president, we did that part. You could be in a situation if the president wants her on his trips. He's in Air Force One. He's on the phone, and she's sitting in a cabin. There's going to do something else. Even if she doesn't give advice how to handle Iran, he's on the phone talking about the next strike in Iran. Right there and then, she needs a security clearance. No shit. This is very fucking self-explanatory. I think a child can understand this. The guy with the nuclear codes, he's got a freaking guy next to him with a thing called a football. It's a general or he's some officer with a freaking nuclear football. And beep, 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 beep. There's the code. We just launched missiles. And right next to that guy is this chick with a printer with no clearance. Brilliant. Let's not forget that. The prospect of potential security vetting lapse involving those closest to Trump carries echoes of Trump's first term. Yeah, you idiots that keep voting for this shit. I don't know what country you in, but Trump works for Russia and Israel, of course, and they're spying on him. I suspect she might be a spy for Israel. I'm pretty sure. Well-placed spy. The most well-placed spy in the history of anything. It's like Mata Hari is sitting there in hell going, damn, taking notes, And in his first administration, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, was only granted a clearance after Trump ordered it because he's a criminal, overruling concerns raised by intelligence officials, Sermon said. Too often the president has given more flexibility to security clearances, which is a disturbing trend given the kind of sensitive information they have access to. They should be eliminated, by the way. Presidents granting security clearance, get rid of that shit. They either got one or they don't. You don't fucking circumvent the system by granting one. What good is a security clearance if the biggest criminal in the world can just circumvent it? What good is that system? Think about you. Think about it. Think about your system. You can't give people carte blanche to grant clearance to Jeffrey Epstein, for instance, right? Rick Wilson, co-founder of Lincoln Project, who's one of the guys I watch I watch him about weekly because he's always pretty funny, even though he's not a liberal at all. It's unsurprising that Donald Trump, who couldn't pass a credit check, never mind a security check, couldn't pass a credit check, exactly. Would you loan Donald Trump money? Fuck no. Would have no problem letting somebody without security clearances such a position for a year. This is, after all, a guy who meets with Putin without any aids and praises Kim Jong-un. Natalie's all-consuming financial devotion and willingness to be at Trump's side whenever she needs plays into his pathological need for attention. Of course, she's playing it up. She's a spy. She's an act. She's not really that into Trump. Nobody is. It's all an act, Trump. He hasn't figured this shit out yet. Harp, 35, came to national attention as a cancer survivor and enthusiastic Trump supporter, has spoken to 2020 Republican National Convention.
And she was blonde, so
she joined the far right. She joined the far right One America News Network, fascist network, which nobody watches. I don't even think anybody watches that shit anymore. By the way, One American News also sued by the voting machine people and had to settle out of court. Went to work for Trump 2 years later as he plotted his plotted to overthrow the government. She has frequently been on his side ever since the CNN network reported in 23 when Trump was due to appear in court in New York. Harp discovered there was no seat for her in his motorcade, so she jumped into the trunk of an SUV, insisting that he had personally asked her to attend. This is an unstable person or a spy. Nobody is that fucking crazy. All right?
Zero
and
self-respect.
Last month when Trump jumped into a trunk to go watch Trump on trial for paying off prostitute. That's right. I'm sorry, porn star. And last month when Trump secretly switched aircraft in Turkey after an alleged okay. The fake assassination attempt. Harp was among her small group who accompanied him on a military aircraft while, little Marco and I think little Catherine and little Stevie Miller had to stay in Air Force One as a decoy. Hey, Miller died for our country. No, that didn't happen. There was never a threat. It was the Iranians playing fucking games. Seeing how stupid the Secret Service is, and the Secret Service have lied. Stupid. Anyway, this week, John Ossoff, our next president, attacked Jump. You should call him Jump. He should have jumped from the plane,
okay.
Right? Attacked Trump from a campaign speech, accusing him of more interested in building his White House ballroom and traveling with Natalie than carrying out his duties as president. The remark prompted an extraordinary backlash in the White House. Whoa, why are you so offended? What are you hiding there, shit for brains? And set social media into overdrive with users speculating about the nature of Harp's relationship with Trump. Of course, the internet is stupid, as always. And all they care about is sex, and you should stop caring about sex and start caring about, hey, there might be a big old nuclear bomb headed our way with North Korea on the side. I don't fucking know, but what this guy's exposing us to, we'll find out when it's way too late. Just like we found out on 9/11 that the FBI and the CIA hated each other and they wouldn't talk to each other because they all hated the FBI guy in New York. All that shit was going on. We didn't know about it, and we all paid for it because, hey, government people are shitheads. And here's just another example of shit happening behind the scenes right now in real time. We won't know about it in 3 or 4 years. We'll go, oh, yeah, remember that girl? Yeah, she leaked all those secrets. Let's have us a pun for this harpy working in the White House. There's your first pun, anyway. Let's have this non-harpy pun.
I told my safe a joke. Oh, why is this happening again? Why does this keep happening? All right. Sorry, I got taken to the AFK room again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Obviously, I'm not AFK. I'm here talking into my microphone, and it's just like, oh, you're not here.
Did you have a bad pun, or can we say it?
I tried to tell my safe a joke.
Yeah? And?
Why would you do this? Sorry, I'm getting annoyed with Discord. I
hear you. I see you.
Open. Laughing.
Ah! Here I am sleeping on the soundboard. Oh, the soundboard doesn't work. All right, there we go. Any more?
Yeah, don't worry, the soundboard does work.
Okay. Only one pun. Cool. All right. No more stories.
I changed my password to incorrect, so it always says your password is incorrect.
Right. That's your secure password. I bet you could guess Trump's password if you give like 10 minutes. You could probably guess it, right?
I love
It's gonna be
blondes.
yeah, something like that. I love blonde 69 or hashtag 69. You gotta have a special character, right?
Oh yeah,
He's like this
sometimes.
5.
Sometimes you do. I thought you had the.
That's it, man. That's
earthquake
my
joke.
only story.
Oh, okay. You're doing that one next.
Yeah.
Earthquake
Next story. Next spin, I mean.
I was wondering why that story is so long because I was like, how are you going to do 2 stories in this section?
A little bit longer. A little bit longer.
Oh, right. Our next segue is a limerick. Got 2 stories
Limerick.
here.
Oh boy. No,
Yet again, you're getting all the limericks.
Well, you're gonna get it
Our
next.
story is coming out of Reuters from Moscow. Russia is open to listening to new proposals on how to reach a settlement on the Ukrainian conflict, a senior Russian diplomat said. But any proposal should reflect the realities on the ground. Oh, also, hello. Who came in earlier? Somebody came in earlier. Tootie Doug. Hello, Tootie Doug. Thank you for your rotted acorn. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov said in an interview with media outlet news.ru published on today, the 21st of August, that the U.S. demonstrated a readiness for constructive dialogue and an understanding of Russia's position. Of course they did. They're your puppet state. At this stage, it's more important to what extent Washington is able to influence the decisions of Kyiv regime and its European sponsors, who still dream of strategic defeat of Russia, he told the outlet. Negotiations between Russia and the U.S. to bring about an end to the conflict in Ukraine have largely stalled amid the war in Iran. The Kremlin said on the 20th of August, Thursday, that had no information yet on a possible next visit to Moscow by U.S. presidential envoys Kushner and Witkoff, who have led negotiations with Russia in the past. U.S. Secretary of State hello?
Yeah.
What was that?
I was Raspberry off Kushner, that piece of shit.
Okay.
Another guy never got a clearance.
U.S. Secretary of State Rubio said last month that Washington was committed to helping end the war following a meeting in Manila with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. But Rubio cautioned there was no quick deal ahead of the U.S. and was trying to find a middle ground. Ryabkov said Russia was ready to listen to Rubio's new idea and continue dialogue with Washington. The Russian Federation is ready to listen to any reasonable proposals and ideas that are in line with the goals set by the Russian president to meet the realities on the ground, he said. As in, can you please just give us all your land, Ukraine? After almost 4.5 years of war, Russia holds about a fifth of Ukraine's internationally recognized territory, with 1 million deaths. So they've done absolutely nothing when it comes to any actual conquering of land, I guess. Hello, Tyke. Thank you for stopping by. Moscow has repeatedly said it's open to talks, but that these must recognize the new realities on the ground. In the interview, Ryabkov also suggested Russia was keen to maintain discussions with the U.S. on nuclear weapons. The New START nuclear treaty expired in February of 2026, leaving the world's 2 biggest nuclear armed powers with no binding constraints on their strategic arsenals for the first time in more than half a century. I guess that's the only positive for the U.S. being a Russian puppet state, is that they're not going to shoot a nuke at Russia anytime soon. So we're not going to have that kind of nuclear devastation. Moscow said, I said it's the only good thing about it. The only good thing. Moscow said it will keep observing the treaty's missile and warhead limits as long as Washington does the same. We remain open in the future to find political and diplomatic ways to stabilize this area. What about not invading a country? Have you ever thought about that? Ryabkov? This was reported from Reuters by Lucy Papatristou, edited by Vladimir Soldotkin and Jamie Freed. There's your short Ukraine war update. two countries still bullshitting the rest of the world, acting like they're actually going to give any good deal or do anything useful at all. Yeah, we're totally working on a deal where U.S. gets a bunch of stuff, and then Russia gets a bunch of stuff, and Ukraine is a puppet state. Yeah. Yet again, I've talked about this many times before, but Zelensky will never surrender, because as soon as he surrenders, he's going to get killed. His life is in the balance here. He's going to find himself in a forced retirement when Poon's flying school.
Right, exactly.
So he has to win this war no matter what. And I think that's a good thing for the people of Ukraine to have a leader who, you know, it's life and death for him too. Not just the people who he serves. I could read more about the START nuclear treaty.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
My limerick. Putin replaced Boris Yeltsin after democracy had set in. After hundreds of years of oligarchy, they finally had democracy. But these days, they will just keep sticking their foot in. I didn't.
Putin, Yeltsin, Putin.
Yeltsin. You're rhyming Yeltsin. I did not rhyme Putin at all. I did not rhyme Putin. I only mentioned him once. Anyway.
The next leader will be of Russia will be Putin. Yeah. Will be Putin.
Really rhyme. I apologize. Maybe the next one will be better.
Alright, the next story is gonna be about British Army sailors rescuing a bedraggled barn owl. So this barn owl got lost at sea. Somehow got to the sea, and they've saved it. This is on France 24. The British Army sailing crew competing in one of yachting's most demanding races found themselves coming to the rescue of a bedraggled barn owl 70 nautical miles from shore, when the exhausted creature made a determined bid to join their team. The bird's arrival aboard the Fujitsu British soldier during the 50th anniversary of the RORC Round Britain and Ireland race sparked a complex coordination effort between the military sailors and multiple wildlife agencies, all while the crew pressed on towards the finish line at Cowes. We have an extra crew member for this later part of the race, an exhausted barn owl that we are nursing back to health, Skipper Will Naylor reported to race officials. He dryly noted that finishing the race with the original complement could prove awkward. Someone is going to have to walk the plank, he joked. Yeah, they've got an extra team member. That's cheating. The owl's boarding proved less than graceful. After failing to land on a crew member's head and tumbling from the mast into the sea 3 times, the bird finally collapsed onto the deck, where sailors secured it with a towel. We thought we'd lost her, but she kept fighting her way back up into the boat, said Sergeant Mark Petherbridge of the 2nd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment. The crew christened their passenger Little Reg before discovering that Little Regina would be a better fit for their stowaway. The rescue operation involved the Barn Owl Trust, Marine and Wildlife Rescue, and Hayster Independent Lifeboat, which collected the bird for a transfer to a wildlife center, while the Army Sailing Association crew continued their 1,805 nautical mile circumnavigation. And this was part of France 24 with Reuters' Bright Side, highlighting the new discoveries that's in barn owls inside of ships, I guess. Previously, there had also been a red fox stowaway in New York Bronx Zoo after a transatlantic trip. After a journey from Southampton, England. Yeah, it is. But it's Friday news dump, you know? Yeah.
I got you.
And after a journey from Southampton, England to New York, a red fox slipped onto a cargo ship in care to the Bronx Zoo, according to zoo officials. Once the 11-pound male fox gets a clean bill of health from veterinarians, the zookeeper said they would be looking for a long-term home for the animal. What, they can't just send it back home? They're like, no, we can't send this back home. It's in North America now. We've got a freed British fox, I guess. But that's also a related story that happened before in when with England in a stowaway, so to say. 70 nautical miles from shore is about. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really say. It's not a big owl. It's a pretty small one. I've got pictures here.
Oh, was this maybe a baby?
It looks similar to the size of like the owl from Harry Potter. I guess it's not very big. So
right.
It got somehow swept out into sea. Right. It was swimming out in sea. And then it was like, hey, a bow, I can land on
that. Before I do my pun, I'm going to do an impersonation of the guy on the ship who was doing deck watch that night.
Okay.
Who goes there? Who goes there? Who? No. Who goes there? Who? No. Who goes there? All night long. Right?
That's pretty funny.
During my evening's deck watch on a schooner. I'm sorry, let's do this again. During his evening's deck watch on the schooner, the British sailor spotted an object, not a shooter. He had eyes big and round and flew without a sound. It was a big old barn-bound hooter.
Barn-bound hooter. That's great.
I'm so glad there's things about scooters out there. I would never had.
Yeah, I guess so. Ooh. Great. All right, let's roll our next segue.
All right. AP News has the story. We're talking about earthquakes again because we had an earthquake story. I don't want to pile two earthquake stories next to each other.
Another
Although
bad
that's
pun,
what happens
huh?
in earthquake. Big pile.
Yeah, exactly.
Puns. Okay, yeah.
No, reminds me of a song. Sorry, I was saying you were telling a bad pun. Reminds me of a song is our segue.
So, song good. You got a song about earthquakes and a song about Hungary and water. This is all about the Earth taking its revenge on us because we don't treat her well. APnews.com. I don't think Earth really gives a shit.
It could be earth-shattering. Thanks, Omlin.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the pun. We know we can get puns from the audience. AP News has a 4-minute read. It's a very short story, it says here. A magnitude 6.7 earthquake shook Peru's. Well, we had an earthquake, I think it was last week, a week before in Colombia. And the month before that, we had Venezuela. So this thing is kind of moving its way down into the west, it looks like, right? A little bit.
I'm not sure that's how the Earth works, but I'm not a seismologist.
That's not the way the Earth works, but this is the way the separation of the Earth works, right? It's a big, long, continuous thing that snakes in a certain direction.
It could be sliding here. Not disconnection.
Oh, it's on the ring of fire for sure. Magnitude 6.7 earthquake shook Peru's southern Andes Mountains on Thursday, injuring at least 2 people. Not a big damaging earthquake. It's not like Colombia and Venezuela, but still 6.7 is nothing to sneeze at. It wasn't centered anywhere near huge buildings like the one in Colombia where you saw buildings just fall over. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, occurred 1 p.m. local time or 1800 Greenwich Mean Time and was centered 38 kilometers northwest of the city of Apahuacho in the Pirinacachas province of Ayacucho region. At a depth of 66 kilometers or 41 miles. The earthquake was felt in several regions of Peru, including Ica, Arequipa, Cavalicha, Apurimac, and Cusco, as well as the capital of Lima. Luis Vasquez, head of the civil defense, told reporters that 2 people were injured while evacuating their homes during the earthquake in Caracora, capital of Pirinacachas. Authorities also reported the damage to 22 homes, 6 healthcare centers, and schools across several districts in all of these places. I'm not going to pronounce them again. Vasquez said rockfalls are on hillsides near Coracora. That says Coracora. The Peruvian ruled out a tsunami threat. The earthquakes are frequent in Peru. It's part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, right? An area of frequent seismic activity. Although, when you have a huge earthquake, you might want to get ready for a big earthquake. It doesn't always relieve the pressure. In 2007, a magnitude 7.9, which is really fucking big. I think that's in the scale. It's RFB. Really fucking
everyone dead. Yeah, really fucking big scale.
A province in the Ica region left nearly 600 people dead. Probably would have been worse. It would have been highly populated. But 600 people is a lot of damn people dying at one time. Let's have us a unfortunate song about earthquakes. And
got two songs even.
Shouldn't be cool.
First one that reminded me of is destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. And earthquakes are to a girl's guitar, they're just another good vibration. The tidal waves couldn't save the world from Californication, which is another earthquake-prone region of the world, California.
Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes, Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then the other song
That's
that
why they
reminds
call
me
Los
of...
Angeles. That's what they call Los Angeles Shaky Town.
Yep, and
Anyway.
the other song it reminded me of is that song you tried to make a funny parody of, but we never really got it off the ground. It's the end of the world as we know it. 6.7 earthquake. Damn.
Oh yeah. We tried to do a Friday thing, a regular thing, the end of the week as we know it. Man, I just couldn't pull it off. I just did it once, and now I can't do this every week. No fucking way. It takes too long. It takes like 8 hours. Like,
I feel like you should I feel like you could do a monthly thing, but yeah, you'd have to really write down those stories that really made meant something to you for that whole month.
Plus the karaoke.
And requires you to remember.
Sync up the karaoke music. Oh, it's just a mess.
Well, you would have gotten better from practice if you did it more. You would have gotten good from
That's how that works.
Yes, it is, actually. It is how that works.
It's probably more likely to happen. I would have gone nuts from the practice, okay?
Wait, you're not nuts already?
AP News. What? Yeah, I would have gone nuts from that. For sure.
More nuts than you already are.
It says it's taking it easy on Friday. You got to spend all day stressing out about some shit. Nah, fuck that. Anywho, I already got enough to do on Thursdays. That's already a week's worth of work. AP News has a story about Hungary. We talk about Hungary all the time and how they've recently changed governments, right? I don't remember. I keep losing track who's changed governments, but Hungary.
Peter Magyar is the new leader after 12 years of Orban.
12? I think it was 30. I think it was actually 30 years. So I think it was 9. Yeah.
No, he had a previous. He was previously the leader, Orban, and then somebody else was in charge, and then he came back. It was just 12 years. Consecutively.
So there was a brief respite. Yeah, there's a brief respite. But again, it would have been somebody else's, probably his puppet, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm not into their politics or their water crisis until now. APnews.com, Justin Spike has the story. Hungary turns to water retention as drought empties lakes and rivers. This is from Gardani, Hungary. A fisherman disembarked from his boat in a small harbor in Lake Valence in Hungary last week, trudging up the dock plank that had become extremely steep as the water receded to record lows. We've done this story in the United States. We've done this story. Where did we do it? We did it in Rome by the low, so low you can see Nero's Bridge. We did that on Wednesday, and we're going to go to another country, losing all their water, not replacing it, because you got to come from the sky. Arpad Salameki said navigating even a small fishing boat on Hungary's third largest lake is becoming increasingly difficult as the water level has ebbed around 20 centimeters, 8 inches below the 150 centimeters or 5 feet optimally for August. Just across the lake, closed. Once popular with tourists, Lake Valencia's decline is part of a broader water crisis confronting Hungary. Increasingly prolonged droughts and climate change-driven heat waves have pummeled Europe. And keep ignoring it, folks. I'm not the one suffering. I get all the rain I want. Maybe more. Actually, I'm suffering. I'm not suffering from drought, though.
Suffering from success,
I've lived
as they
on
say.
Lake Valencia. Yeah, it's like I'm suffering from too much water, right? Oh my God, my garden's getting too much water. It's a good thing I have a lot of drainage. It lives on Lake Valency. I lived on Lake Valency, I think that's how it's pronounced, since I was a child. I've never seen the water so low, says Mickey, who's 58. It's terrible. My heart aches every single moment. The summer wildfire scorched the continent from the Greece. That's a hell of a fire if it jumped from the United Kingdom to Greece. But yeah, it's just it's not the common fire. I don't like the way they act like these fires are all connected to each other, though. It doesn't really. They can't possibly be connected. The United Kingdom has a big, gigantic the English Channel between it and Europe. So yeah, and then the other North Sea again between the rest of Europe. Fires can't jump that far. Anyway, they did. Drought has damaged crop yields, led to drinking water shortages, to shut down the country's only nuclear power plant. Here we go again. Nuclear power needs water. The lack of rainfall linked to human-driven climate change is the only part of Hungary's water problem. The experts say the country's long-standing practice of channeling water away from its landscape and draining natural wetlands has left it especially vulnerable that droughts become more frequent and severe. Yeah, you don't save your water by evaporating it, folks. That's the wrong way to do it. But I guess they're going to learn. I don't know. Around 99% of Hungary's lands are currently under supply. That's basically the whole country. 99, I don't know why you say all of it. According to the National Meteorological Service, maybe the coastland, right? The coastland would maybe get some random rain showers every once in a while. A process where vegetation recedes, according to the National Meteorological Service, and 99% of it is suffering from desertification. A process where vegetation recedes because of high heat. Low rainfall threatens much of the Great Hungarian Plain. More than a quarter of Hungary consists of low-lying land that naturally retains precipitation. And in past centuries, as many rivers and streams made it rich in freshwater resources. However, in 2023, a study published by the Journal of Nature estimated Hungary's historical wetland loss more than 80%. Oh, here's another nice name. Sana UJJ, a biodiversity policy specialist and project coordinator with the environmental group Friends of Earth Hungary, said the country has not been a good steward of its waters in the last 200 years. You've been wasting water. We'll just get more. A major contributor is Hungary's network of 40,000 kilometers of drainage canals, a length that exceeds the circumference of the Earth, which drain accumulated participation from fields, wetlands, and the soil to make room for agriculture and other enterprises. You want to save that water. What are you doing? The priority on draining land rather than allowing natural flooding cycle to occur has contributed to a consistent drop in water table and dying out wetlands and topsoil. With less water available to evaporate, the area dries out, further reducing the chances of localized precipitation. So Hungary, let's see what they're going to do. What are they going to do? We're talking about the problem. Let's talk about the solution, everybody. Hey. Again, article writing about the problem, but not the solution. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So again, they're going to tell us about the problem. Okay, here we go. Hungary, new government has promised to begin taking those steps. All right, in late June, the same country set a high temperature record of 42 degrees Celsius, which translates to 107.6 Fahrenheit. Pretty fucking hot. Prime Minister Peter Magyar told Petar, I think that's pronounced. Magyar told lawmakers that his government.
It's the soft G, not a hard G.
Well, him and his hard G. Well, him government that policies on new footing and launch a comprehensive water conservation program to mitigate the effects of drought. Many have said year after year the water shortage will be one of Hungary's problems and one of the most important strategic issues to be solved. They were right. Magyar said, in addition to poor water retention practices, Magyar said that the aging water utility infrastructure causes 20 to 25% of the country's drinking water to leak through damaged pipes, costing some $17 billion annually, $54 million. 17 billion forints. That's the currency. I did not know. Now I know the currency of Hungary is forints, Forints. I'm going to go find some Hungary coins. I might have some and see what they're worth. For years, even the existence of the problem is denied and what's this word here? For years, even the existence of the problem was denied and relativized. Okay, relativized. Whatever. We're still doing. Now we added water retention will be the basic principle of Hungarian water management. Now everybody's gonna get mad because they're saving water and the government put wastewater. I know you people work. Y'all get mad because the government that's power. This is what Americans do, and so I have no hope for humans. We just don't learn anything. They'll just go blame the government for water restrictions. Put another government in there that causes problems because, hey, we never learned anything as humans. We do not expect water levels to fluctuate more. We also expect precipitation extreme with drier summers, says the people who are planning this stuff. And I guess this huge is a woman, so that's her name. However, restoring wetland evaporations in certain areas could boost precipitation during summer months. All right, so we know it's going to get dry, it's going to get hotter, and there may be some wet summers all along the way, but in the long run, it's good to save water. It doesn't matter what your weather's going to be like in the future. Stop wasting water. Let's have us a song. Now that I've been yapping my gun.
All right, the song this reminds me of is Let It Rain by Eric Clapton. Let it rain, let it rain. Let your love rain down on me. Let it rain, let it rain. Let it rain, rain, rain. That's what the people in Hungary are saying.
He was away with words. Not exactly the biggest composer.
Everyone in Hungary needs to start playing 25 rain songs to stop the drought. There you go.
Yeah. Who'll start the rain? Anyway.
There are 3 Bob Dylan songs on here.
Hard rain's gonna fall.
Buckets of rain.
Right.
Rainy Day Women.
Right.
And
hard rain's gonna fall.
Yeah, hard rain's gonna fall. Yeah.
Hard rain. Buckets of rain, buckets of tears.
Yes.
All in buckets
Rain
out of
on
my
Me
ears.
by Lady Gaga is also a good one. That's not on here. I think this is a playlist made by an old person, so they wouldn't put Lady Gaga on their.
Old person.
Do you listen to Lady Gaga?
I listen to her sing the national anthem.
A straight old person, then. A straight old person. There you go.
Tony Bennett recorded. He's an old person.
Yeah, but I don't think they played. I don't think there's a Rain on Me, Lady Gaga, Tony Bennett combo. Maybe, I don't know.
There might be. They recorded a whole album together.
Tell a Joke is our next segue.
Oh, okay.
For my culture news.
All right.
Of course, Let It Rain is actually about being an alcoholic and not about being stuck in a drought. A lot of people attribute the liquids of alcohol to rain, you know. The liquid. Kendrick Lamar has a lot of those too. Our next story is coming out of Euronews Culture by David Marquand. Need some cheering up? Consider the currency of the world. We don't blame you. Well, brace yourself for a clip which has broken the internet in the best of ways. Acting legend Harrison Ford has teamed up with Sesame Street's very own Cookie Monster, and the pair ended up singing the Indiana Jones theme tune whilst munching on cookies. Naturally, dun da da da, dun da da. Me think me know this song, said Cookie Monster as he began humming John Williams' iconic composition. This led the unusually grumpy 84-year-old actor to break the cantankerous act and join in. The behind-the-scenes clip taken when Ford appeared on the show earlier this year was shared online by the furry blue muffet with a crippling addiction for baked goods, preferably with chocolate chips. It has gone viral and racked up 2.5 million views as well as rave reviews. This is so wholesome, it gives me the feels. wrote one Twitter user, while another commented, Harrison Ford breaking his grumpy old man character. Just having fun is always great. This has made my month, added one user. Another declared, this is genuinely one of the greatest things ever recorded. Maybe, although we won't be satisfied until the batch made in heaven pairs up once more for the rendition of Rihanna's S&M with the reworked lyrics, whips and dough excite me. Is that too much to ask? David says sorry in parentheses. Elsewhere, it's been a good week for Indiana Jones fans, as Disney recently announced that Ford would be donning the fedora and whip again. Yet again, he's 84 years old now. For a new project.
84, Harrison. Indiana Jones.
Not a cinematic one though, so no new film. Ford will participate in the new ride at Disney World's Animal Kingdom Park. Ford revealed to fans in a pre-taped video message that he is in the actual model for the animatronic robot featured on Indiana Jones and the Myth of the Jade Serpent, which is currently under construction. I'm excited for you guys to see his next epic adventure, the Oscar-nominated actor said. I'm coming to Walt Disney World soon. The product marks the first time that Ford's likeness will be used in an Indiana Jones attraction at the Disney parks. It is unclear if he will lend his voice to the ride. A specific opening date for the ride has not been announced. Ford played Indiana Jones for the first time in 1981's Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was followed by Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 1984, and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, 1989. After a lengthy hiatus, Ford returned to the beloved role in 2008 with Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and in 2023 with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Sadly, the latter was a critical and commercial flop for Disney and Lucasfilms, ending his tenure on a bum note. There have been rumors that the long-running franchise could be coming back to big screen in a rebooted version, because that's all Disney does these days is make reboots. But these rumblings were shut down earlier this year by Lucasfilm's chief, Kathleen Kennedy. She told Deadline in an interview that reviving the series is highly unlikely. I don't think Indy will ever be done, but I don't think anybody's interested right now in exploring it, she said. For the time being, they had Indy chomping on cookies, and that's more than enough. Ford's last big screen role to date was in Captain America: Brave New World, in which he played President Thaddeus Ross, Red Hulk. He currently stars as Dr. Paul Rhodes in the acclaimed comedy drama TV show Shrinking, which was renewed for a 4th season in January. So if you miss him, you can watch him there, I guess. And there's my culture news. Just a lighthearted, not really, breaking news or anything. Harrison Ford singing with the Cookie Monster while eating some cookies.
Okay. Here comes your Harrison Ford pun joke. Get ready for it. Here it comes. Get ready to hit that rim shot. What does Harrison Ford do when he can't find a date?
What does he do?
He goes hand solo.
Oh, dear. Of course, now the soundboard is going to be delayed.
Let him joke.
Because
no rim shot. No rim shot.
No, it's queued up. Don't worry, it's queued up. It'll play one day.
Okay.
It says in chat now. I redeemed it.
Okay, gotcha. Anyway, there's your fun about Ford hand solo.
We love the delay and all the things.
Sorry about this. Cheap joke. I'm sorry, I apologize.
It's a cheap joke. Thank you. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the crickets and the Omlin and Eric. Okay. Did you send me an I've drop moment?
I'm working on it. Yeah.
Well, it's too late now. Okay, we'll send it to now because it's to stay in history. The end of the show.
Yeah,
it's the end of the show.
Okay, I was looking for an interview that's shorter. Let me see if I can find it short enough. Yeah, that one's 3 minutes. Let's send that one. Okay. All right. I don't know what's on it, though. It's an interview.
Our next segue is accurate metaphor and simile.
I'm fumbling with my phone as I load videos. All right. Dun. All I got to do is open YouTube. It'll be easy process after that. This day in history, on this day on history. Wow, there's a big event. There are a couple of them, really. All right, in 1808,
Did you
British
send me the
General
video?
Arthur. In a minute, I will. It'll only take a second.
Okay.
Once I get it loaded, all I gotta do is go. All I gotta do is on my phone, go to his sends. That one. All right. British on this day, 1808, British Arthur Wellesley used his thin red line of infantry to defeat French. So, all right, there we go. Used his thin red line of infantry to defeat French General Andoche Junot's forces of the Battle of Vimeiro, leading to British control of Portugal. This was 1808. That would have been during your Napoleonic Wars.
Mm-hmm.
1831, Nat Turner, an enslaved black American, began a rebellion that killed 55 to 60 white Virginians before being stopped by 3,000 man militia. So yeah, the slaves were really happy. They were so happy that they revolted and started killing everybody. They were so happy. Yeah, if I was a slave, that's what I would be doing full time. I would be planning to kill motherfuckers. All I did, planning to kill. They probably would have. I probably been the first slave to be just shot, hung, or whatever, because I would have been out there. That would have been it. They never would have taken me, actually. It just would have ended right there. 1858, debates between Abraham Lincoln, Republican Party nominee for the U.S. Senate, and incumbent Senator Stephen L. Douglas began. This was the not for president debates. This was for the Senate from Illinois debates. And 2 years later, they both ran for president. Both exact same two people. Two guys from Illinois. Unbelievable, right? So that took place, the first Lincoln-Douglas debate. Again, Lincoln didn't hold any office until then. He was just known for being an orator. That was his main thing. People just showed up to listen to him talk. Oh, yeah, this guy likes to talk. 1942, the animated film Bambi had its theatrical, we're talking about Disney, had its theatrical release in the United States. Harrison Ford was not in that one. He was too young. And it became, in fact, hey, Harrison Ford, that was the year he was born. He said he was 84, right? So Harrison Ford's turned 84 this year. He was born the same year Bambi came out. It became a classic in Disney canon, or whatever you call that word. Noted for his lush, hand-drawn animation and sensitive, effective narrative. That's right, I don't know how to pronounce words. I only read them and never say them out loud. I don't know how to pronounce them. 1959, Hawaii became the 50th U.S. state. The last time we did that, we need to make Puerto Rico a state and the District of Columbia a state. I don't know what the hell the fucking problem is. That should be done by the next Congress, by the way. They should pass that.
Well, one of them voted against it. That's what happened.
They vote against it and they vote for it. It happens all the time. The problem with a lot of elections in a lot of places is you don't have anybody monitoring.
I don't think they've ever
properly.
voted for it. Puerto Rico's never voted for it, so they've always
they
rejected
voted
it.
for it, but the results were thrown out because they said everybody didn't vote. Only half of the people voted. I said, what the hell is the difference if half the people voted? They had a chance to vote and they didn't vote. So they had definitely passed a referendum, but they threw it out. 1886, a massive release of carbon dioxide from Cameroon's Lake Nile killed a bunch of people. A freshwater lake located on a volcanic caldera killed more than 1,700 people. Again, carbon dioxide does not have any kind of smell. You think you're breathing air, and it's like you might detect it. It'll be like that isn't really air, and then you die. I don't know how that works. 1987, the romantic comedy drama Dirty Dancing was released. Starring Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. Was released in American theaters. Your mom was a big Dirty Dancing fan. I remember that when I first met her. Oh, Dirty Dancing. I can't get enough Patrick Swayze. Was released in American theaters. It became a huge and enduring hit. I've had the time of my life. It had like 4 songs.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Nobody. Do not put Baby in the corner. Wherever you do, Patrick Swayze will get you. And he actually had himself a song. hit song from that movie. So Patrick Swayze became a rock star at the time.
Nice.
1991, Latvia declared its independence from the Soviet Union. Good for you, Latvia. Keep it up. Don't fall for that bullshit poop nonsense. He's just trying to take your resources. 1911, one of the most famous art thefts in history. This day in 1911, a woman with mysterious smile went missing. That's right, the Mona Lisa. At this time, almost no one knew her name. Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre by Vincenzo Trugia, an Italian house painter and handyman, and two accomplishments. She wasn't found for 2 years. In that time, though, her story made its way around the world. The media sensation surrounding the theft helped take the painting from relative obscurity to one of the most famous artworks. The guy stole it. Now he stole it from France, and he was like, "What's an Italian painting doing in the Louvre? It's Italian. They stole it from my home city." And in all actuality, Leonardo da Vinci gave it to Rome. He gave it to him. It was never stolen. This idiot was stealing something back that was never stolen in the first place. So he was totally mistaken. Let's not forget Leonardo da Vinci, as did Michelangelo. They worked for the Pope. That's right. They worked for the Pope. And let's not forget Paris, a big old Catholic town. Oh, yeah. Notre Dame Cathedral right in the middle, right? Hey, big old Catholic town. That's just why the British were always at war with them. That's another thing. Total solar eclipse in the United States happened on the first time in nearly 40 years on this day in... tell me the year. Tell me the year. Not going to tell me the year. That was cool. It's not going to tell me the year. But it happened in this day, some year. Oregon. Why do they do this? They don't even tell you the year. For the first time in nearly 4 years, the continental United States experienced a total solar eclipse, which was viewed from Oregon to South Carolina. There you go. No. You want to know the year? None of your damn business. That's none of your damn business knowing the year. Oh,
I don't know.
1984. I have no idea because it's not telling me. I'm not clicking on their little link because they want me to. Sorry. You're going to have to live in the dark just like I did. Literally, right?
Maybe it was
anyway,
literally, I
dark,
don't know.
get it? We'll stay in the dark about the year.
I'm pretty sure that was 1994 when the U.S. had a total solar eclipse.
Yeah, maybe I'll just look it up later. American jazz musician Count Basie was born this day in 1904. Other birthdays, as I will send you a video while I'm thinking about it. Let me get this done. God, I hate it when Britannica does this. It doesn't even tell you the year, and then you get sidetracked of something that you were already doing.
Maybe 2008 as well?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it actually, if you click that link, it doesn't tell you. It still doesn't tell you, so they just...
The phone thinks I'm going to do voice activated. Yeah. You'd have to just look up August 21st total eclipse, and maybe it'll tell you. I don't know. I'm going to send you a video here. Hopefully you can load it. All right, there you go. All right, so birthdays today. The youngest person in our birthday thing is somebody I actually know. It's RJ Mitty's birthday.
There you go. Eric looked it up. August
2024
is when the total eclipse...
2 years ago. They couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't tell us
2
that.
years ago
that
or something.
Oh,
April. No, that's the wrong one then.
much.
That's the wrong one then, Eric. It has to be
August.
August.
It has to be August 21st of some year. Not
a mystery.
1990s. We don't even know. It could have been 5 centuries ago. I don't know. You know, it doesn't say. It just doesn't say. Anyway, Bo Burnham's birthday. I mean, RJ Mitty turning 34 today. Yeah, he played. What was the son's name? I forget his name. He played the son on Breaking Bad. I'll think of his name someday. Actor, comedian, musician Bo Burnham, the modern day, I guess, Weird Al, is turning 36.
Nah, he doesn't make I guess he makes parody songs, but he doesn't make songs out of parody of other songs. He doesn't do parody covers.
Here's a sad one. She just died the other day. Hayden Panettiere would be 37 today, born in 1989. That's a sad one. Musician Casey Musgraves the only I know by her, she was born in 1938. She's a country singer. I know a song by her is called Burn One with John Prine. Burn One with John Prine, I believe it's called. She wrote a song in tribute to John Prine, Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt, who I think his birthday was the other day, but these people are claiming it's today. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm just commemorating his medal. Anyway, Usain Bolt turning bright 40 this day. Boy, there's a lot of people that I actually know are very young. I have a birthday today. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Really, the youngest ones. I'm reading these in order. I'm not skipping any of them. Who's Brody Jenner? Must be part of the Kardashian pack, right? Mm-hmm. TV personality Brody Jenner has to be a Kardashian pack, right? Age 43. Musician. I'm running out of people I know, man, so let's skip ahead. We did merge musicians. Serge Tankian, the singer for System of a Down, is turning 59. And wake up! Grab a rush. Put a lot of old makeup. Why did you leave your keys on the table? Let's ask cartoonist Stephanie Charbonnet. I'm not sure what Stephanie Charbonnet, or Stefan, could be Stefan, I'm not sure, draws, born in 1967. Actor Carrie Ann Moss, born in 1967. Musician Moroccan King Mohammed VI is turning 63, so welcome to the 63 Club, buddy.
Musical hobby, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. He plays the kazoo in his spare time. Entrepreneur Steve Case turning 68. Actor Kim Cattrall turning 70. Thinks Sex in the City. College Football Hall of Fame member Archie Griffin, the only two-time Heisman Trophy winner, turning 72. Happy birthday. Joe Strummer, the singer, guitar player, main songwriter. Well, he kind of shared it with The Clash, one of the all-time, the only band that matters. Happy birthday to Joe Strummer, passed away in 2004, I believe. Musician Glenn Hughes of Deep Purple turning 75. I don't remember Glenn Hughes. He must have joined later. Actor Loretta Devine, 87. Actor Patty McCormick, 81. Actor, filmmaker Peter Weir, turning 82. Clarence Williams III, born in 1939. Actor Clarence Williams III played Link on Mod Squad. You never met that show? He was one of your first regularly employed actors on TV who had black skin. Musician Kenny Rogers, the Gambler. He was born in 1938, so he would be turning almost 88 today. Basketball Hall of Fame member Wilt Chamberlain, who famously claimed to sleep with 20,000 women. I don't know if he had time in his short life. I always been dubious about that little claim, but Wilt Chamberlain, born in 1936, he would be 90 today. Actor Melvin Van Peebles would be 94. Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister, born in 1930, she would be a ripe old 96 if she was still around. And those are all the dates of those people in our national day calendars. We run this train into the station today.
A bonus birthday today.
Okay.
The oldest woman, 107, turns 117 today. We talked about her during the pre-show. Ethel Caterham celebrates her 117th birthday at the Hallmark Lakeview Care Home in Lightwater, Surrey. So she's British. She's even met King Charles last September. She met King Charles for being the oldest person ever, I think.
Wow.
Her advice for living a long life is never argue with anyone. Listen and do what you like. So she's experienced many firsts this year, including stroking a llama. There we go. So celebrate that.
So that would have been, her birthday would have been 1909.
Yes, 1909.
She missed
in
Queen
Shipton,
Victoria.
Bellinger, Hampshire. That's where she was born.
She does not remember Queen Victoria, but she probably remembers the Russian Bolsheviks perhaps taking power in Russia.
She is the last surviving subject of Edward VII. And she's lived in India, Hong Kong, and Gibraltar.
Right. Yep. Of course, Edward VII, the hemophiliac king of England.
Is that what he
Because,
is?
of course, you know, well, Queen Victoria married her cousin. It was, I'm watching the movie. That's her first. Let's have kids with my cousin. I don't know. Let's go. The royal family. Anyway, happy birthday to her. National Day calendar is National Senior Citizens Day as we celebrate all those old farts. And National Spumoni Day. Buy some spumoni, which is some kind of ice cream concoction. It looks like probably not cream. It's frozen. Definitely frozen. National Brazilian Blowout, which is not getting your junk waxed, I believe. It's a hairdo where you blow your hair.
And it's just big and fluffy like and Taylor. Huge. Yeah.
This is woman doppelganger for Taylor Swift in the
Probably
picture. And she's got bangs.
Probably an AI
she's
woman.
Got bangs.
Traditionally, spumoni is 3 flavors of gelato to create a unique dessert. It's basically what's it called? You know, the strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. That whatever that ice cream's called. It's the same thing. Yeah. What's that called? I don't remember. It's called.
Fantasy. Oh, you mean? Well, there's sorbet and there's parfaits, right?
No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you buy ice cream and they put the 3 flavors in one bucket. We have a word for that in English. That's what it is. That's what spumoni is. Yeah, it's a Neapolitan. Same thing.
Neapolitan.
The same thing as
Neapolitan.
It's
not ice cream, is it? Is it really? It's ice cream, actually?
It's putting 3 unique flavors of ice cream together. Gelato is ice cream. It's the same. Like it's just the Italian word for ice cream. This was on The Simpsons. Gelato's ice cream. Same thing.
Okie dokie.
I had gelato. It's literally ice cream.
I am not going to argue about fucking all this arguing about ice cream make me want to buy ice cream, so we need to stop. National Fantasy Football Draft Day is today, so this is the day. Oh man, the worst people in the world, fantasy football people. If you don't
we know who you're going to put on your team, though.
I don't play fantasy football. I haven't played it in a long time.
The kicker guy? You're not going to put the kicker guy on your team.
Yeah, you got to draft a kicker. It's a stupid fucking. Okay. Fantasy football. You draft quarterbacks. You draft wide receivers. You draft running backs. You draft kickers. You draft like one defensive player. You draft a defense typically. Has nothing to do with football. It has nothing to do with who plays well. It's just stats. It's based on stats. Stats alone, anything, right? I'm a wide receiver and I get 5 passes thrown my way. Even though I didn't catch any of them, I get 5 points for targets, which is not a fucking thing. It's a play that didn't work. That's all that happened there. A play that didn't work. It's 2nd and 10. That's not a fucking stat you can take to the bank, you know? So again, it's a bullshit, and I hate fantasy football. They measure players only on their stats, which is not a thing in football. It's a thing in baseball. Oh, baseball. You can take stats to the bank. You know why? Because everybody has to hit, except the pitchers, right? We can ignore pitchers for that. But everybody has batting stats. Everybody plays in the field has fielding stats. All the pitchers have pitching stats. And yet you can similarly compare them. You cannot compare the stats of different players on a football team. For one thing, the offensive linemen never get to touch the ball. There's no stats for them. So betting on players on individual teams is the silliest fucking thing in the world. I wish they'd make it against the law because it makes what it does, and my long diatribe is leading to this. The players can rig the game, right? Hey, you know what? Today I'm betting on myself to gain less than 100 yards or less than 30 yards. I'm betting on myself. I'm not on my account betting on myself, but my friend Bill is. And I know once I get 25 yards, I'm going to pull a hamstring and take myself out of the game. Or fake a concussion. That's another one. Oh, I got a concussion. You get taken out of the game. You can't get put back in. You got a concussion, right? So this betting on individual players needs to be banned in every state. I insist on it because that's why games are being rigged. Not the actual outcome, but the players themselves. What they do in the game is rigged. It is currently being rigged. There's no doubt about it. They catch people, but you know what the prisons are full of? They're full of the worst criminals, the guys that got caught, right? The world is full of criminals that never got caught. And that's who rigs these games. Anyway, that's my little diatribe. That's it for today. My diatribe. The train is in the station for the week. Once again, I used to tell you to take your belongings, but since we started Lost, we found out we can sell things after 30 days. So leave all of your valuables behind. We need money. It is the end of the show. Your week is over. I would read you our writer's room, but we've already wasted enough of your time. For Friday, August 21st, 2026 on Before Spumoni. Now you've figured out what that is.
Yeah, go out there to your local ice cream shop and say, I want all 3 of these flavors, and eat them together into a weird mix of, I don't know. Sometimes I get like lemon with pistachio and then like a nice chocolate or something. And it's very interesting to have lemon and chocolate together. Just an example. I think that's how most people...
I like a lemon sorbet myself. It's kind of...
Yeah, it's very sharp.
I like lemon cake.
Definitely wakes... Oh,
lemon
yeah.
Cake.
For 1 week, I think my local store had, like, the bakery was making some yuzu, which is just Japanese lemon yuzu cake, but I haven't seen it since. Makes me kind of sad, actually.
To me, lemon cake not is one rare thing that goes with coffee and tea, right?
You think?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I've been wrong before. I'm not afraid of being wrong.
I think they're both acidic.
No, it's just tea gives you a different flavor in your mouth that lemon will complement. And coffee is usually only complemented by
Jaffa
something
cakes
sweet,
have orange in
right?
them, which is similar to a lemon, but not as sour.
Right. But you would not typically drink lemon with the coffee, right? Oh my God, put lemon in my coffee, but you will eat something sweet, and that's where lemon cake crosses that border. It crosses that borderline between sweet and sour. Yeah, why are we talking about this? The show.
My metaphor is my memory of summer was a melting Neapolitan sundial. Hours sliding from pink to brown to pale.
We're not laughing. This would just be
Just press all the buttons. It's fine. Because you didn't press any buttons for my Reminds Me of a Song, so you didn't even applaud any of those. No, you didn't.
You think I did?
All right, this has been Allison here. Let me see if there's international days. Oh boy, here we go. The show's not over yet. We got some international days of remembrance and tribute to the victims of terrorism. That's right. If you or somebody you know has been a victim of terrorism, we remember you. Because these people, they're all getting swarmed up into political statements, really. You're just going to work on the bus and then your bus gets blown up. Like, what the hell? Second, it is on tomorrow, it's International Day of commemorating the victims' acts of violence based on religion or belief. So, unfortunately, a lot of terrorist attacks are due to religion. Yeah. So we need to commemorate.
Told me to do it.
Oh, yeah. Or I need to because you're infidels or whatever. You're, what's the other word people use? You're,
I don't know.
Can't think of the word right now. Yeah, people say it all the time. It's like, heretic. Thank you. Yes, you're a heretic. You deserve to die. You have no idea what people's religions are when you commit a terrorism attack. So you're a piece of shit is what you really are. And finally, on Sunday, it will be the International Day for Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its abolition. So not only will we remember all those poor people who were stuffed on a boat crossing the Atlantic, and some of them didn't even make the trip, right? So a lot of people died on those slave boats. Yeah. But also, we stopped doing it. We stopped chattel slavery. There's still slavery, unfortunately, still all over the world, but at least we haven't made an entire capital, stock market based on slavery.
If you have a job in America, you're a slave. Yeah.
Hello, Gandhi. Thank you for stopping by for the stream. This has been Allison here from the Netherlands.
You get a pizza party.
Yeah, you get a pizza party.
So
Roger from the East Coast of the U.S. as we tie up another Friday news dump in which we've covered all of the news you need to know about for the weekend, so you do not have to worry about it. We will see you on Mucking Funday to tell you anything you might have missed. Please make sure that you're already following and subscribe to Before Coffee Podcast, because the more that number goes higher, the more people we can share our anti-AI news. We're real people with our real bad opinions about the news and what's going on, okay? We're not fake. We're not making shit up. This is real stuff that's happening. And thank you to all our Before Coffee supporters on Patreon who are supporting the show and keeping the light on. Here is our mic drop moment.
In June
Happy birthday to Joe
1999,
Strummer.
So 2 years back, I started to.
He did not live long enough.
think that, like, maybe I ought to
No.
make a record and stop loafing around. So I got these guys together.
Died of
and
cancer
we've
back in
made 2
2004.
albums now, and
I was going to
we're
play
all touring
recording with
the
Johnny.
States and all over
Where he
the
did
world, really.
Redemption Song.
And
It
they're
was
just
the
kicking
last
off on
song
the
both of them
stateside
recorded.
tour.
And
Most of the
did
guys
a
in the
combined
in the
duet,
group
not
seem
in the
to be able
same
to play
studio.
1,000 instruments
They
each.
both
You know, back
the
in
same
day,
year,
it was
Redemption
one man,
Song. But I thought it would
one
get
instrument.
blocked. I thought
He
we'd get
plays
a hit.
bass,
Yeah,
and
it
he plays
will.
drums. But these
Sadly.
days, any one of we've got Scott
But
Shields.
it's Bob
Marshall
Marley's
Slattery,
last song, too. It was Bob Marley's last song. It was Joe Strummer's
Simon
last
Stafford.
song. It was Johnny
Any
Cash's
one of those
last
three
song.
guys can play.
And they're asking for
well, you
redemption.
name it, they're probably doodle tune out
Redemption
on it.
song.
And we've
All
got a guy
I ever
just joined us
have.
recently called Luke Bullen on the drums,
These songs of freedom.
and he's making everything really swing. If it's to do with criminal matters,
But these are his last interviews before he died.
because we left something aside, then
This isn't when he's older. Yeah, I think this was done in 2002. Not right
Okay.
before he died, but
our spiritual guru, I think.
Joe Strum is a very
Him talking
interesting
about
character.
making
He was
piano guitar man.
he came from aristocracy, right? His father was a British foreign
insults, gotcha, man.
diplomat. So he grew
People
up
just
in several
walk
different
in the
countries.
middle of his interview. That's really interesting. In the middle of his interview, they just
For us new
Squeak!
That's probably the band.
That's funny.
Probably his. I think that was his
Yeah.
band. It was his
Yeah.
band, man. Yeah, he wasn't with the Clash. It was
Leave the door open as well. I love that.
He was a real puppy. Yeah, and Luke.
Well, yeah,
Real punks.
the guy recording it probably isn't paying attention to the camera portion, right? He's just recording it on for his.
It looks like they just put a camera on the floor.
And that seems to be the key to it to me. Find people to
Yeah,
work with.
he's getting the audio. I think that's the
and
most
it should
important
kick
thing,
in.
'cause he's gonna.
Without people to work with.
Well, it's several interviews, right? The same
Yeah.
guy.
Get a
I guess it's
vibe.
just him talking
He
about
had a
how
lot
much
to
he
say.
loves
Sure, we can operate.
his band.
These guys are all.
Yeah, the reason the
players,
Clash
you know,
was so worldly with their lyrics was because Joe Strummer, he
an idiot that
traveled the
screwed
world
that
as a
up.
child
Once we're in a vibe, we
because
can
his dad
operate.
was a
I think it's
diplomat
only
in
righteous
foreign service.
to
I know he's
bring the
so.
nuggets from the past. and
He grew
try
up
and
in
play them.
India, Pakistan,
So
all
change it up
those
a
places.
bit.
He
We're
spent
gonna
time.
learn some weird Clash numbers
Ali,
or
all kinds of weird places that you never even
things
think
maybe
of.
the
I'm trying to
Clash didn't
list
play
the
or
places he
never got
grew up.
fair
I want to think
hearing,
Turkey. He's just all over the
That'll
place.
keep it cool for us and keep it.
Did
cool
not
for
grow up
the-
in England.
the people
His
in
son
the
said
audience, I hope.
When his
And
dad
we're trying to
retired,
do
he was
something
like,
like
okay,
that.
I'm doing foreign
I'd like to
service.
mix
And
it
he's
all up.
back.
Say we went to see the Bee Gees. Wouldn't we want to hear Stay
Ooh,
Alive?
nice, seeing the Bee Gees.
I would. And also Massachusetts. Do you remember that one?
No.
Yeah. Terrific one.
This is
Or
several
Bee
interviews,
Gees.
isn't it?
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.